Hey, it's Kit. It's cloudy outside, and I'm doing pretty good today. So today I wanted to talk about my identity, specifically my gender and sexuality. I thought it would be a good way for you to get to know me better and maybe learn a few things along the way. For sake of clarity, I'm going to tell you a term, its universal definition, and then what it means to me personally. Let's go with gender first, sexuality second. First up, I'm non-binary, which if you don't know is an umbrella term. It means any gender identity which does not fit the male and female binary. This definition is from GenderWiki. I'll put the link in the bio. So, in layman's terms, anyone who isn't completely male or female. Got it. So to narrow it down a little further for me, we get to gray gender. Gray gender is defined as a person who has a strong natural ambivalence about their gender identity or gender expression. They feel they have a gender or genders as well as a natural inclination or desire to express it, but it's weak and or somewhat indeterminate or indefinable, or they don't feel it most of the time, or they're just not that invested in it. They're not entirely without a gender or gender expression, but they're not entirely with it either, so to speak. For me, it just boils down to meh. It's there, I can feel it, but I don't really want or need to investigate it further. On to sexuality! So, I am asexual. This is defined by Wikipedia as the lack of sexual attraction to anyone or low or absent interest in or desire for a sexual activity. Personally, I've only seen sexuality defined as that first part, which is lack of sexual attraction. And that's what I feel sexuality to be for me, is a lack of sexual attraction. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. I don't feel any sexual attraction. Yay. As romantic orientations go, I am gray aromantic, or gray romantic for short. What a mouthful that is. Urban Dictionary defines this as somewhere between aromantic and romantic. For example, a gray romantic may experience romantic attraction but not very often, experience romantic attraction but not desire romantic relationships, desire relationships which are not quite platonic and not quite romantic. For me, I'm mostly the first one. I very rarely feel romantic attraction. But I'm also kind of the third one where I want and feel something that's not quite platonic and not quite romantic. I think people call that a quasi-platonic relationship, or a queer platonic relationship. So when I do feel romantic attraction, it's to all genders. At this point, I have so many labels, I just go with queer. Queer for me is great. It's great because it's vague and all-encompassing, and yet it has a history and a community tied along with it. I also like to use the word genderqueer instead of non-binary. Sometimes. I know not everyone likes to use the word queer, and that's totally fine. That's the whole point of labels, right? We use them to find ourselves and feel comfortable with who we are. Well, that's all for today's video. I hope everyone's having a great day. And if you want, share your identity in the comments below. Oh, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Thanks for watching. Bye!